NBA Thursday night, we're breaking this down for No House Advantage, looking at their Pick'em contest and giving you some of the top selections for tonight on a four-game slate. I'm Pete McCarthy here for Stochastic DFS. Give us a like, subscribe, keep up with all of our shows, our DFS offers, our giveaways, and much more. And once you do subscribe, hit that notification button. That's going to give you alerts when our shows go live. We got a lot happening these days, right? We got NBA, NHL, the World Series starts up on Friday night. NFL, Thursday Night Football. Stay up on everything happening. You can play it at No House Advantage. We'll give you some tips for whether it be Thursday Night Football or NBA tonight, as I'm doing right here. We also have a video for Versus the House NBA that you can check out on our Odds Shopper channel. Also, don't forget that almost all of our content is available in podcast form. It means you can take us on the go, and you can help us out by leaving a 5-star review wherever you do get your podcasts. So let's look at it for No House Advantage. We're looking at a $15 entry for the main NBA contest tonight. $5,000 to first place, $1,200 total entrants. As we have seen and continue to remind you, there's a ton of overlay on this site. So we're looking at 1,200 total entrants. The money that goes to the winners doesn't change, even when maybe it's half that many. And especially with Thursday Night Football tonight, I think you could expect the number of entrants into this contest to go down, even what we've seen in recent days. So take full advantage, and you could use our tools at stochastic.com, free tools to help you put together optimal lineups. You can mass enter and to give you projections for the top picks is I love to look at, and I'm always you on these videos. So let's get to the first pick, and we are going to begin with Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks. And one thing that is nice about doing the Pick'em contest is sometimes you see some relatively easy numbers to hit here, and we got a pretty good one with Luka Doncic. 25.5 points is the line in the Pick'em contest. Now, if you are to play versus the house, for instance, line goes up 8 points to 33.5. So 25.5 points. I wouldn't necessarily call it a free square, but this is a pretty easy one to get over on. The projections from Stochastic have him well over 30 points in this game, over 31 points, actually. He hasn't than 32 points in the 3 games he's played this year. Season high 37 points last game. And what I found kind of amazing about that is he was still 2 of 13 from 3. So when those 3-pointers start falling eventually, and he's been shooting about 25% from the field so far this season, you know, these numbers are actually going to go up, and you have more points to look at there. So, you know, you might be tempted to try to split the difference, right? If you're playing the Pick'em contest, you can go over on the points, and then you could take the under if you play versus the house. But even at 33.5, I wouldn't feel great about going under on Luka Doncic. So at 25.5, I mean, this is an easy over to me. So take it. Take advantage of it. He's going up against the Brooklyn Nets. What did we see last night against the Nets? Giannis Antetokounmpo went for 43 points. And in the third quarter, he just took over the game. Just drove inside and was able to score at will. Got himself to the free throw line a bunch. And while Giannis's game and Doncic's game aren't exactly perfectly symmetrical, right? Doncic does have the ability to drive, be physical, cause some contact down low, get to the free throw line, get to the rim. And seeing what Giannis was able to do a night ago in the Nets playing the second game of a back-to-back, you love Luka Doncic to have similar kind of success tonight against that Brooklyn Nets team that just had no answer for Giannis down low. If you're new to No House Advantage, you haven't played on the site before, look, there are 2 ways to play. You can play these Pick'em contests. You have to hit 10 different props. You don't have to hit them all, I guess, but you play 10 different props, 10 different players, and you can hit for up to 6 figures on this. Now, again, tonight, the NBA contest, we're looking at $5,000 to first place. You're playing against other people, so there is some room to be contrarian. Maybe if there's an easy pick that you just think is everybody's going to have it, maybe you leave that one off your board. You don't necessarily have to go opposite it, but you can leave it off your board. And then if it hits, well, everybody else falls down. You still have the ability to get all 55 points, which is a perfect score. And that'll get you, you don't have to chop at the top, right? And split $5,000 100 different ways. You could split it maybe 2 or 3 ways, or win all by yourself, which is a nice way to do it. So you can download No House Advantage on the as an app. You could play nohouseadvantage.com. You could also play versus the house and get up to 20 times your entry if you hit all of your selections. So check that out. Also, if you haven't signed up, $50 free deposit match. So you put in $50, they're going to give you $50 to play with. So make sure to take advantage of that as well. All right, next up, let's look at Desmond Bane of the Memphis Grizzlies, and he has had a big role thus far this season. Look, the line here, again, 2.5 assists. We're projecting him over 5 in this game. I mean, that's just not close. He's had at least 4 assists in all 4 games. He's been scoring, but still, racking up the assists. Last game against Brooklyn, 38 points, still managed 7 assists. So he has a ton of opportunities in this offense. It's not just Ja Morant, and look, he's able to get those assists to Ja as well. But Desmond Bane, I mean, easy way to get over here on the assist line. We have this as almost a clincher. And look, you could look at Odds Shopper, for instance, and see what the books have him at. The number in the books is 3.5 assists rather than 2.5 assists. And when I looked this morning, it's at -140. So you had the juice there. Look, this is, again, a pretty easy one. It's one that probably a lot of people are going to have in their lineups, but get over on the assist for Desmond Bane and be able to hit that. Bam Adebayo of the Miami Heat. We have seen very high rebounding numbers in these over-unders in the pick'em contest for no house advantage, and these haven't been justified this far. 12.5 rebounds for Bam Adebayo is the line tonight. He hasn't sniffed 13 rebounds this season. We haven't projected for a little over 9 rebounds tonight. Thus far this season, he's made it as high as 10 rebounds. I mean, we're not close to 13 there. He's also playing the second game of a back-to-back on the road, was in Portland last night. Only played 28 minutes, so he might not be limited too much tonight, but you don't expect him to go out there and play 40 minutes, right? He's going up against Golden State Warriors tonight. We'll see if Miami's able to keep this game close. But 12.5 rebounds is just too high a number, even if Adebayo is able to get, say, a normal allotment of minutes, around 35. This is just way, way too high a number. So go under on this. Also look at Ben Simmons. Give you one more here. 8.5 rebounds is the line for him. You want to go under on the points? It's been a pretty good selection as well early on this season, but the rebound number is the one that jumped out in our projections. He's projected under 6 rebounds. So again, we're not close. He's been under this mark in 3 of 4 games. Did have one game where he had 10 rebounds, but he's playing the second game of back-to-back. Tweaked his back a little bit last night. I don't know if that'll affect his minutes much, but no matter what, if it's going to be a back-to-back, the Nets playing in Milwaukee one night and Dallas the next, you wouldn't expect a full allotment of minutes for Ben Simmons, especially considering his injury history. If he did tweak his back a little bit last night, so I think it's pretty easy to get under on the rebound total here. And remember, if you're playing on No House Advantage, be sure to go stochastic.com. Make this a regular part of your day, and you can see the free projections that we have on the site. It'll put them right up against the No House Advantage lines. You can see if you click on the over, you can see the percentage chance that a guy has a chance to get over on a given number, the under as well. It's really going to help you build some lineups. If you want to play a lot of lineups, we have an optimal lineup builder that'll do a lot of the work for you, and then you can mass enter with all the overlay in these contests. Be sure to check all of that out.